So I'm not saying anything y'all haven't long ago noticed. Just going to remind us, or like, have you noticed how how redundant the Matrix has been lately? Has been for a while. I mean, how many eons, how many years, how many eons do you have to go without sex before you cut on, especially TikTok, and not hear it demonized? As I remind, why is the only thought I ever felt penetrate my skull straight into the area of my language center, one about about the problem with changing my daughter's diaper? Why was the only thought I felt drilled in my head some absurd problem I'd have with changing a daughter I don't even have diaper? As we keep as idiots, y'all are idiots, keep proposing Russians and China's, but going to the moon and getting outside the firmament. Yeah. Not the Van Allen belts, not the ionosphere, the firmament. If they get out the fucking firmament, they would. That's why everything outside the firmament is CGI. We have the real stars. It's all over the internet. The real stars. It's not what they claim whatsoever. We have the white hot sun we see within the firmament. Nothing like their CGI sun. How can they, flags don't wave on the moon. If there's nothing else. We've all seen a funny thing happened on the way to the moon, haven't we? Have we not seen a funny thing happened on the way to the moon? Has someone on Earth, as someone that has internet, not seen a funny thing happen on the way to the moon? Yet, these psyops keep perpetuating endlessly. Even the guy that can explain magnetism, the only guy, and I know it's true, Theo Hypothesis, the only guy that that nailed down magnetism and could explain it through words. Still, when you go to him and remind him about the firmament and the ground and earth and water finds its level and the earth ain't moving for shit, he deflects it with like, "You ain't your beliefs, right? I work hard. Look at all this cellulite." I get you. You strain your hands and stuff, dude. But give me a rest of that working hard shit. You have way too many calories on you. Sorry, Theodora. I've given you, how much time we got to give you? Why will people like that not come clean on certain truths? Have you not noticed, some of us don't say planet, don't say globe, don't say God. Even heard me, she can't talk, divine is an aspect. Actual God's your responsibility. You're going to keep shucking responsibility to be, the so-called God, which is gods in the scriptures, tall guys. So it's never ever meant anything but tall guys. Just intentional mistranslation. And we just keep perpetuating the lie, keep perpetuating the lies. And how long ago, that's the problem with the God thing. It's avoiding of your own responsibility. It ain't a power dynamic. Your responsibility as God is when it's, if you came here to be hungry, naked, cold, and afraid, so it could finally respond, then, that's God. That's God. Whatever God you want to call. God is a responsibility. Philly says it's an energy. Yeah. And theoretically, it's a responsibility. You don't get to pass that responsibility on to anyone else. You want to talk to higher yourself? You want to talk to the feminine and masculine divine aspects? Fine. But you're not going to avoid the responsibility of this, of you being whatever this God thing is. Which again, I don't know here we go again with the rocket. Tall guys. That's what the word literally means. Yet we keep perpetuating this shit. TikTok TikTok, what time, what do we call it? I can't think of the word. I'm not obtuse. What deleted timeline are you still operating in, TikTok? The timeline you're operating in has crashed and burned, TikTok. Why do you keep perpetuating psyops that no one's anywhere can process? There's no way we can process outdated information. Why does it keep perpetuating? Russians going to the moon, China are you fucking shitting me? The moon isn't landable. We have the moon all over the internet. Luminescent. Do you see? It's not even a landable object. It's it within the firmament, and it ain't nothing to land on. Yet we keep perpetuating the same nonsense. As I remind us, I go through this nonsense. Zeitgeist was on Netflix. Jesus, it's a Roman narrative based on there's no evidence for a Jesus ever existing. So all this other stuff about the actual Jesus no. And somebody's talking about Paul. No, someone would documented this Jesus if he was actually existed. No one did. None of the historians documented this actual Jesus. That's why it's a Roman narrative to control you through guilt. Motherfuckers all over the place. How many personalities does Jesus have? You haven't read the document if you do not remember the personalities that this one character had all over the place. Much better than his daddy, than the goddamn reptilian Yahweh. Much better than reptilian Yahweh, Jehovah. But still little, all over the place. Can't grab a sword, don't grab a sword. Just all just constant, constant contradictions. Basically, not constant, but many contradictions. So where does this end? Why do we keep how do these psyops stand? We're supposed to be awake, yet these psyops, people y'all the people claiming to be awake keep repeating psyop after psyop on the internet, especially I don't know what is going on YouTube, but TikTok, of course, force feeds you with their algorithm, and of course, if you have your phone closed, you got a double whammy there. You got an algorithm and you got a phone clone, but God knows who's feeding you. As I'll remind us, higher is lower and lower is higher, as above, so below. So why is this idiot demonizing the lower chakras, saying we're supposed to be resonating only in the higher chakras? There's only the heart. The other chakras were designed to take from the heart. And the only way to do that was through a recycling process. Could not extract from the heart directly. So the only way to get any piece of the heart was to get it as it recycled back to the heart. That's what all the chakras are. All of them. So there is no higher or lower with the chakras. There's no demonizing the lower ones and praising the higher ones. There is no higher or lower chakras. There's only the heart. Do you not remember Kriti Mutwa saying they took us into two caves and divided us into sexes? Now, I don't know what the reality of that, but what the demons, reptilians. If y'all never, does no one know the Kriti Mutwa? No, Zeitgeist Zeitgeist summed up most everything. The three kings or the three stars, all that stuff. You won't have to keep going on about this just Jesus character. There is no evidence it ever existed. You don't need to deflect, to something else. What's within you is within you. It doesn't have to have a name. Truth is truth. I get the original point. How many eons do you have to go without sex before someone will stop demonizing it? You understand that? How do you think more spirit gets into the realm? Thus the attack on gender. That's why on TikTok you can't say nothing about gender on TikTok. Shh. Nothing about gender on TikTok. Oh no, why? Because they want soulless beings. They don't want spirit in this realm. They don't want women, and they don't want spirit in the realm. Do not want spirit and do not want women in the realm. Therefore, cloning and soulless beings is the law of the land now. That's why gender, that's why the gender irrelevance doctrine is so pervasive. And you can talk about COVID, you can talk about all kinds of shit. You can't step on those little gender toes. You have to endure it. You have to endure that nonsense. So, again, all the religions had to say, on TikTok, we got some great information. Sex is sacred energy exchange. Goddamn religions. That's one. There you go. Could you not just say that instead of all the fucking ridiculous guilt you attach to it and strangeness? Sacred energy exchange. Energy exchange. Whether you understand the word sacred or not, the gist of it, I get the gist of it in the whole thing. There you go. Not rocket science. Explains the whole thing, doesn't it? It gives you a completely different perspective. You can recalibrate with that perspective. Easily. But no, the religions don't bother to do that. The reptilian religions cannot let you know the truth about that. But gender cannot be addressed. because that's how spirit enters the realm. So if the lower chakras are irrelevant, how does more spirit get in the